Hey guys, I thought it might be helpful to create one video that highlights 10 of my favorite diamond patterns. A few I've shared before and a few are new. Let me know in the comments which is your favorite. If you enjoyed this video, a quick like, comment, and subscribe really does help me out. Thanks so much for your support. Let's get started. Each of these diamonds use double half hitch knots as the base, so if you're unfamiliar with this knot, then please see the description for a more in-depth tutorial. You can also check out the description for written instructions and the materials used. For each diamond, use 6 feet of cord per strand, which is then folded in half and attached to your dowel using Lark's head knots. Diamond 1. Let's start off with a classic simple diamond. Use the inner left cord as your filler cord and tie 1 double half hitch knot to connect the diamond at the top. Tie 4 more double half hitch knots working down and to the right. Use the current inside left cord as your filler cord and tie 4 double half hitch knots working down and to the left. Use the same filler cord and tie 4 double half hitch knots on the left and right to create the bottom half of the diamond. Tie 1 more double half hitch knot in the middle of your work to connect the diamond at the bottom. I've called this one the eye diamond because of its look. Create the top half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the first diamond. Use the inner left cord as your filler cord and tie 1 double half hitch knot to connect the diamond at the top. Tie 4 more double half hitch knots working down and to the right. Use the current inside left cord as your filler cord and tie 4 double half hitch knots working down and to the left. Working on the left, use the same filler cord and tie 4 more double half hitch knots working down and to the right, but pick up the inside left cord to use as your first working cord. Continue to pick up working cords to the left of the previous working cord until you've tied 4 double half hitch knots total. Repeat on the right side of your work. Tie 1 more double half hitch knot in the middle of your work to connect the diamond at the bottom. Diamond 3, diamond with square knot. With this tutorial, I also wanted to show you how you can use a different number of cords to create your diamonds, so we will use 6 cords instead of 5 for this diamond. Create the top half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the 2 previous diamonds, adding 1 more knot on each side. Use the second cord from the left and right to tie a square knot around the middle cords. Grab the cord used to tie the square knot as your first working cord, and then grab any of the cords from the bottom when tying the bottom half of the diamond. Tie 1 more double half hitch knot in the middle of your work to connect the diamond at the bottom. Any diamond with a square knot in the middle I find tends to create a softer diamond. What I mean by that is that the edges on the sides are less sharp. Diamond 4, diamond pattern with woven center. Create the top half of the diamond using the same method you did for diamonds 1 and 2. Grab the 2 inner cords on the right and bring them in front and then behind the cords on the left. Tie those 2 cords to the filler cord on the left. Grab the 2 inner cords on the left, bring them to the front of the 2 loose cords on the right, and tie them to the filler cord on the right. Tie the 2 remaining cords on each side to the filler cords, and then tie 1 more double half hitch knot in the middle of your work to connect the diamond at the bottom. Diamond 5. Diamond with berry knot. Use 4 cords for this diamond instead of 5. Create the top half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the previous diamonds, but tie 1 less knot on each side. Use the second cord from the left and right to tie 3 square knots around the cords in the middle of your work. Take the middle cords and thread them through the hole at the top of your work. Tie 1 more square knot underneath the berry to secure it in place. Use the same filler cords and tie double half hitch knots underneath the berry knot to create the bottom half of the diamond. Grab the cord used to tie the square knot as your first working cord, and then grab any of the cords from the bottom when tying the bottom half of the diamond. Tie 1 more double half hitch knot in the middle of your work to connect the diamond at the bottom. Here's what the first 5 diamonds will look like once complete. Diamond 6, diamond with reverse double half hitch knot outline. If you are following along during my reverse double half hitch knot series, this diamond might look familiar, but I've changed it up a little bit here. Start by using the center right cord as your filler cord and the center left cord as your working cord and tie one reverse double half hitch knot. Continue tying 4 reverse double half hitch knots on the right side of your work, then repeat on the left. Now tie the rest of the top half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the previous diamonds, but this time leave the cord you used to tie your reverse double half hitch knots hanging on both sides. Repeat the method you used to create the bottom half of the eye diamond here. Use the outside cords as your working cords and tie 4 reverse double half hitch knots underneath the double half hitch knots. Tie one more reverse double half hitch knot in the middle of your work to connect the diamond at the bottom. Diamond 7, diamond with woven center number 2. Use 6 cords for this diamond instead of 5. Create the top half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the previous diamonds, but tie one more knot on each side. Before tying the bottom half of the diamond, weave each cord over and under each other to create a woven center. Create the bottom half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the previous diamonds, but tie one more knot on each side before tying the last knot to connect the sides. Diamond 8, small diamond. This diamond uses 4 cords per diamond, so we will tie 3 diamonds across the top of our work. Start with the 4 cords on the left. Use the middle left cord as your filler cord and tie 1 double half hitch knot in the middle of your work. Tie 1 more double half hitch knot on the right and then 1 on the left to create the top half of the diamond. Using the same filler cord on the right, tie a double half hitch knot working down into the left. Using the same filler cord on the left, tie a double half hitch knot working down into the right. Tie 1 more double half hitch knot in the middle of your work to connect the 2 sides. Repeat 2 more times across your work. If you're wanting to tie rows of alternating diamonds, here's how to do it. Tie your small diamonds in between the diamonds you created for the previous row. You could either tie another row of 3 diamonds to continue the pattern or tie one more diamond here to create a V shape. Diamond 9, diamond with tassel. Use 4 cords for this diamond instead of 5. Create the top half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the previous diamonds, tying one less knot on each side. Create the bottom half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the first diamond, but do not tie the last knot to connect the diamond just yet. Here's where 9mm string comes in handy. If you have some, this is what I'd recommend using for your tassel, as it saves you the time you'll have to put into brushing out 3mm or 5mm string. If not, use the thinner string for your tassel. Pull the double half hitch knots down on each side to create some space to add your tassel. Thread the string through either side, then through the bottom, and then tie the last double half hitch knot to connect the diamond. Brush out and then trim the ends of the tassel. Diamond 10, leaf diamond. Use 6 cords for this diamond instead of 5. Create the top half of the diamond using the same method as you did for the previous diamonds, but tie one more knot on each side. Use the inner right cord as your filler cord and tie 4 double half hitch knots underneath the previous row. Use the current inner right cord as your filler cord and tie 3 double half hitch knots. Use the current inner right cord as your filler cord and tie 2 double half hitch knots. Use the current inner right cord as your filler cord and tie 1 double half hitch knot. Use the outside right cord as your filler cord and tie the bottom of the diamond as you've done for the previous diamonds. Repeat that process on the left side of your work. Tie 1 more double half hitch knot in the middle of your work to connect the diamond at the bottom. Here's a look at the last 5 diamonds. Thanks so much for watching.